Hi, I'm Jacob, and today we're going to be learning about dry sprinkler systems and the design and field coordination of the install. First, I'm going to tell you about a general overview of the system. We're going to talk about design coordination, in civil coordination, fire alarm coordination, plumbing coordination, electrical coordination, and coordinating this room with the architectural design. Okay, let's get started with the general overview. This is the dry sprinkler system. It's compatible with a regular sprinkler system, and a lot of it has the same attributes. It all has a water supply. This water supply will come to an isolation valve. This isolation valve will always have a tamper switch. So this tamper switch is on both sides because it'll have an isolation valve on both sides. This system will have backflow prevention. That's this item here, and it stops the water from going backwards and contaminating the domestic water supply. It will have a manifold. That's this piece right here. This manifold distributes to each of the different zones. There's 3 zones in this system here. Each zone will have an isolation valve. And again, every isolation valve on a sprinkler system will have a tamper switch that tells the fire alarm when this has been turned off. And then this system has dry valves. This dry valve has a reservoir of water inside of it, and what it does is it holds the water back on the wet side and keeps air on the air side, and when this air is released, it floods the system with water. These systems all have pressure switches. So this is a pressure switch, and it monitors the pressure inside this dry valve and on the dry piping, so it can tell the fire alarm when this air has been released, and that signals an alarm. Every good sprinkler system has a drain. In fact, they all do. And then all dry systems have a compressor. And this compressor fills the dry piping with compressed air. This is a design-build system, so we'll need to coordinate the system with a bunch of different types of design, and let's go over how to do that now. The first one is civil coordination. We need to coordinate where the penetration of this water supply is into the building. On that side of the wall, it will be by the civil contractor, and on this side, it will be by the fire sprinkler contractor. We need to make sure they both understand where that pipe is. We need to coordinate on the civil drawings where this backflow preventer is going to be. Sometimes it's on the site and installed by the civil contractor, or sometimes it's inside the building installed by the fire sprinkler contractor. We need to coordinate with the fire alarm. So each of these tamper switches and pressure switches is a point that needs to be, the drawing needs to be transmitted to the fire alarm contractor so they can show these points on their drawings and provide programming for their system to monitor this system. Plumbing coordination. This drain is very important. It needs to be at least a minimum 8 inches in size. Sometimes you'll see this drain as a mop sink, and that never works. It'll flood the basement. Electrical coordination with the compressor. These compressors need to have a dedicated circuit, hardwired. Many times you'll see an outlet, and that's not acceptable. You'll need to redo that and have a dedicated hardwired circuit. As far as coordinating the architectural design, this space needs to have some attributes. The first one is it needs to have a locked door, it needs to have a sign on the door, and then it needs to be conditioned. We do that with a heater in this case, because we do have dry or wet piping and we don't want to flood it. So thank you for your time. Today we learned about just a general overview of a sprinkler system and how to coordinate with that with the civil, fire alarm, plumbing, electrical, and architectural design. Thanks, and I hope you appreciated the time.